Hey folks, how's it going? So looking forward to starting something new this week. I know you're busy with all your subjects and hopefully you're balancing that time, and we're not on our normal school timetable, so I thought I'd slot in a little bit later so you're not overwhelmed with a big wave of subjects all at once. But the exciting thing is we're starting something brand new. You've been working hard on your Making Tracks activity, and we'll get on with the marking of that and hopefully get those marks back to you pretty soon. But I thought it might be time to start something fresh, and I'm pretty excited about it because this is one of my favourite topics in geography is the global study, and for me that's what geography is all about, is obviously how people interact with the environment, how that can happen on a local scale, and sometimes it happens on a global scale as well. So we're going to start a new topic, and it's about exploring a global pattern. Eventually it will lead to an NCEA task, but there's lots of activities we can do on the way, and get to learn some things like spatial patterns, obviously be able to name and work with different parts of the planet, continents and countries and other different locations around the place. But to start with, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a challenge, and this is a challenge that you could try and complete, maybe even with the people at home, or if you solve it, see if the people at home can solve it. Might even give a few clues because it could be a bit tricky to start with. Let's see how you go. So on the next few slides, we're going to have 3 global patterns. These are things that spread across countries, across borders, and sometimes across whole continents. So for each of the 3 slides that come, I want you to try and work out what the topic of that map is. So this is the first map, and you can see it's quite colourful. Each country is given one colour for some reason. There's a lot of green countries, but there's a whole patchwork of other colours as well. I think altogether there's about 15 different colours. New Zealand's dark brown or crimson, and as you look around the world you can see there's a bit of a range. If you look at the United States, that's been broken up into the different states of America. And your job, and maybe the people at home, is to try and work out what the topic of this map might be. You might want to look at particular countries, especially countries that share the same colour, and start thinking, well, what have they got in common? Think about the United States and why it might have 3 different colours, what that might mean. So see if you can spend some time thinking about that. I'll give you one clue, and the clue is this isn't the most serious of topics. And here we have the second map. This one's a bit simpler. There's only really 5 colours. Dark red, bright red, light blue, dark blue, and we have a purple as well. So once again, look at the different parts of the world. Look at which countries share the same colour, which ones don't. And your clue on this one is something about movement. And this one is the strangest map of all. This one's drawn quite differently. So obviously the countries are drawn based on some sort of statistic or some factor. And some countries are much bigger than average, or much bigger than what they should appear on a world map, whereas other countries are a lot smaller. So for example, the United States, on the left hand side, dark blue, you've got Canada and above it, Mexico below it, looks about the right size for the United States, and Australia looks about the right size as well, but little old New Zealand has gained a bit of a weight. It's a bit like me in lockdown. Japan, the purple one, is much bigger than it should be. China's a little bit smaller. India is a lot smaller. A lot of the European countries are much bigger, and South America and Africa seem quite small as well. So your clue for this one is, this is something New Zealand's very proud of. Okay, so give those 3 patterns a go, and if you think you know the answers, we'll get you to leave a comment below this post. Good luck.